Teresita Blanco Dios' sister, and today we're reading Saturnastra Loki. This is Chapter 1, Part 1, The True Princess. It was 2 hours past midnight in her ivory tower when the Troll Princess noticed a strange commotion in the courtyard below. Plagued by ominous nightmares, she had given up on sleeping and was amusing herself by combing her lustrous obsidian hair. Her most distinguished aspect were her gray eyes. They had a distinct yellow ring close to the iris, and the princess looked away from her window and she focused on the door. She heard hurried footsteps coming and going outside, and her small, delicate cinnamon toes touched the cold marble floor, and the princess gathered around her shoulder her satin shroud. And opening the door, she peeked outside and she saw the maid scurrying about. The princess made her way through the columns carved from stalagmite, and eventually she reached the circular throne room. It had 30 large columns in a circle, with 10 thinner columns supporting the cupola of the elaborate throne. Both the cupola and the roof of the throne room had an oculus, and from it shone the only natural light that entered the cave. There were other holes in the roof designed to focus on specific stars, moons, and constellations. Staring up towards the moon, the princess saw a crone wearing the guise of some sort of drowned victim, riding a dirty pale horse or pony. As the crone drew closer, the princess saw that it was indeed a pony, albeit the older pony of a Percheron. The shimmering lights about the horse were reminiscent of the will-o-wisp that would sometimes appear over the murky waters of nearby swamps. The princess gave the crone a curtsy and then she proceeded to sit in her chair beside her mother. The Troll Queen narrowed her eyes as she eyed her daughter from head to toe. The Troll Queen in appearance was the complete opposite of the princess, and she was as radiant as the moon, with hairs like strands of gold. While her face was beautiful, it was her large, unflinching black eyes with long eyelashes which caused the princess to turn her gaze. A faint smile was painted on the queen's lips, and she then turned her head to face the visitor in all her luxurious splendor, from her crown to dress decorated with gold and silvery thread. The queen said with a long, candid tone, "It has been ages here, sir. To what do I owe the esteemed pleasure of seeing your radiant face? I am about to embark on a journey of sorts, and I would like if you gave me a boon for coming over," said Hirsch. "What sort of boon do you desire?" asked the Troll Queen. "Not for me, my queen. You have already done so much for someone as lowly as I," said Hirsch. "Nonsense, you caught me in a giving mood, so ask away," said the queen. Hirsch was about to speak when one of the troll guards asked, Can I have a brown Betty?" "No," said the queen, annoyed. The other trolls later came and started asking the queen for silly things, and when they felt their queen gathering their magic, they stopped pestering her. Because she said that she was in a giving mood, so then the trolls were like, give me queen, give me queen. So they were just trolling, the trolls started trolling the troll queen. Once they stopped, Hirsch was finally able to make her request, though by now the queen was no longer in a condescending mood. Guessing this, the crone said hesitantly, I have this friend, Loki, my only friend aside from yours truly. Well, you see." The queen removed one of her hairs, which turned into a dot. She then said, "Here, you can bind him with this." "No, I do not want to bind him. You see, he wants to use magic, and I thought you could give him a magic potion or something," said Hirsch. "This Loki of yours, I heard of him, and the wonders he can perform. Why does he want magic? He's already strong enough without it," said the queen. She closed her eyes, and then she looked up towards the Titan moon. She then said, "I fear I will not be able to help your friend. The magic he seeks is nothing but a fancy. For me to give him that power, I require a strong desire for magic on the part of the recipient, and a strong desire on my part to help. And sadly, as far as I can sense it, both key elements are missing in this alchemic broth you wish me to make." The princess found the entire conversation rather dull, and soon she was asleep in her throne chair. And when she came to the following morning, she was back in her bedroom, tucked into the bed. And she got up and she dressed herself for her morning classes, and the Troll Queen would always pitch a fit if her daughter failed to attend her lessons. And this time when she came down, she was surprised to see a blue fellow. She had seen people of all shapes and sizes, but never a blue gentleman. The young man, clad in nice armor, bowed and said, "You must be Ingrid. I am Loki, the gimmick mage. It is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance." "That is Princess Ingrid to you, Sir Knight," said Ingrid, annoyed. "Now, my princess, outside this cave you are just Ingrid, little lady," said Loki coolly. He returned to give a brief look to all of the books in the library. "I suppose. Are you the man Mother hired to take me to find my sister?" asked Ingrid. "I suppose so," said Loki. "Mind you, she did not hire me. I offered to help, since she was a lady in distress, and frankly I had nothing better to do with my time in this world." "Oh, what a gentleman," said Ingrid, giving a quaint smile. Yeah, let's go. Pick up your stuff and let's get going," said Loki. Together with her maids, Ingrid spent a couple of hours picking the things she wanted to take with her. More than twice, Loki made her start all over again by poking fun at her unfunctional choices. In the end, she had to take with her some second-hand attires, like her mother's riding outfit and the scullery maid's dagger. And the first thing Ingrid noted when she left her cave was the brightness of the morning sun. It was not that she was forbidden to go outside her abode. Rather, she had never bothered to do so till recently. Time, bro?
8 minutes.
To keep her from developing a vitamin D deficiency, her mother would compel her to walk about the meadows at least 5 times a week, for 3 hours at a time. And Loki brought over Ingrid's mount, a chestnut-colored draft horse with a white mane and tail. Offering his hand, he said, "Need a hand?" "It's fine, I can get on the horse by myself," said Ingrid. Even though she was dressed like a little lord, she was having a hard time getting on the large steed. Like a draft horse is like huge. Like think of the biggest horse there ever was, and that's the horse that she's trying to get on. After failing miserably a couple of times, she was forced to ask Loki for help. After getting on, she saw Loki bring out his mount from behind the bushes. His mount was a small equus fetus caballos, spotted like a Dalmatian, with short white mane and a braided tail. "Hey, why do you get the small horse?" asked Ingrid, pouting. "Because I am the more experienced rider," said Loki fatly. "Now let's ride." "Where?" asked Ingrid. "Like I did first day, big guy on a tiny horse." Because like the Saturnastra book, the Loki one I published years before Elden Ring was even a concept from software's mind. So yeah, I did it first. "Oh, I'm gonna... Don't know, I thought you had a general idea as to where to find my sister," said Loki. "If I knew where she was, I would not require your aid in searching for her," said Ingrid. "Just tell me everything you know, so maybe I get some idea as to where to look," said Loki. "Before I tell you of my sister, I need to also inform you about myself," said Ingrid. Interrupting her, Loki said, "Please spare me your life story. Just focus on the pertinent details regarding the other sister so we can get this pony on the road." "No, you must know the entire story if we are to devise a plan of attack," said Ingrid. "A plan of what now?" asked Loki. His horse started to trot down the road, and the other mounts started to follow along. Ingrid kicked the sides of her horse and pulled back on his rein in a vain attempt to get it to stop. The horse, ignoring her, continued trailing after Loki. It eventually came to match the movement speed of the smaller horse, thus aiding in the conversation. Seeing the maiden in a chatty one made Loki sigh, and he said, "Fine, tell me your 13,000 words already." Ingrid pouted, and then she started as thus. "As you may have guessed by now, I am human, even though I am called the true princess." "You are human? I never would have guessed," said Loki, feigning surprise. "Geez, enough already. Let me finish and stop interrupting me," said Ingrid. Not my queen, not my princess," said Loki, "and I will interrupt you if I feel inclined to do so. If that is a problem, you are welcome not to engage me in conversation." Ingrid was silent for 5 minutes, and when the silence became intolerable, she decided to continue her story. She was already somewhat used to such infantile behavior, for such was the way of the trolls when the queen was done washing. "A long time ago," started Ingrid. "I had no idea you were so old," commented Loki.
Being evil.
He's just teasing her. Because of his life, he just finished like a war and he's bored of his freaking mind. So he's just teasing her to amuse his time, bro.
Yeah. 4 minutes, 30 seconds.
21 years ago, there was an old lady who wanted a child. She had been married for 10 years and had not borne a child to her lord, and fearing that she would be forsaken, she begged the silver moon for a son to prove she was not infertile, said Ingrid. She glared at Loki for a few seconds, and then she continued her story looking at the clouds. The boon did not come to her, rather my mother, the troll queen. Startled, the noble lady asked, "Who are you?" The queen said, "They call me Troll, moon of the cave of Rungir, well-sucker of the giants, slayer of the storm sun, the Sierra's loyal friend, guardian of the cemetery, swaller of the eternal wheel. What is a troll other than that?" "Oh, I see," said Loki, nibbling on the articular cartilage of his index finger. "See what?" asked Ingrid. "Nothing. Continue with your story," said Loki, who seemed to be finally paying attention. "Where was I?" The noble lady explained her situation to the troll queen, who offered to help her, and the troll gave the lady 2 roses. One was red and the other blue. And when all 5 moons were shining under the sky, the lady was supposed to eat one of the 2 roses. If she ate the blue rose, she would give birth to a boy. If she ate the red rose, she would have a daughter. Time, bro?
3 minutes, 30 seconds.
"But do not eat both, fair lady, for the consequences will be dire," warned the troll queen. "What consequences?" asked the lady. "It varies from patient to patient," said the troll queen. On the promised day, the lady had decided on a son, and she ate the blue rose and found it sweet, even though even the thorns were edible. Loki interrupted her by commenting, "You know, the thorns are not part of the flower. Only the colorful part is the flower. The rest is part of the plant." Also, even if she had eaten only the blue flowers, the lady was doomed, said Ingrid sadly. "It's not the troll queen's fault that her patients are incapable of following simple instructions, Lady Ingrid. She should have been happy with things the way they were. I mean, there is such a thing as good enough." So like you said to eat the flower, but she ate the whole plant. She didn't follow instructions. "I guess," said Ingrid, continuing to sulk. This gloomy moon continued to dust, and the pair found a room in a roadside inn close to the city of Sassari. Time, bro?
2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Since Ingrid was suffering insomnia, and she decided to continue her story, she boarded the subject by asking, "So where did I leave off?" "You left off in the part where your human mother died," said Loki. "If you already know my story, why did you encourage me to tell it?" asked Ingrid. "Might I remind you that I was not interested in listening to your life story," Loki added. "Rather, I wanted you to give me the abridged version focusing on any important details." Ingrid took a deep breath and she sipped her tea. Then the fire of the inn was blazing before them, cracking every so often. She then said, "So the troll queen already told you everything?" "Not really. I just assumed that this was where the story was headed, seeing as though you want to find your sister instead of striking down your entire human family," said Loki. "How perceptive," said Ingrid thoughtfully. In the end she said, "Yes, like you said, my human mother is dead, and I know not of my father if he lives or not. And according to the troll queen, he abandoned me in the forest after mother died in childbirth. And father had assumed he was infertile after failing to conceive with my mother for decades. And with his other dozen or so lovers, it was natural for him to imagine that I was not his flesh and blood." "You're not. There are such things as virgin births, or," said Loki, trying to put thoughts into words Ingrid could understand, "having a child without needing a man." "However do you mean?" asked Ingrid. "Do I need to explain to you about the birds and the bees?" said Loki, putting his hand to his forehead and shaking his head in disappointment.
Less than a minute.
Alright, we'll leave it here. Bye-bye and God bless.